Oh, hey, how's it going? I guess I'll do a video. I am the Real Manos, and this is the weekly comic pull for this week, and these are the comics I bought. As usual, my comic reviews are brought to you by my own comic book, Red Knight. It's available right now at manospublishing.com in print and digital. Go check it out. So, here are some comics I picked up from the Big Two this past week, and it is Spider-Woman 15, The Trial of Magneto, number 2, and Batman 89, number 2 out of 6. And let's get going on. Let's start with Batman 89, which I know long-time viewers of the show will remark that I have stopped reading DC, and that's kind of still remain for the most part, with some exceptions here and there. Like Batman 89, the Wonder Woman Black Label book that's coming out in November, I think. And the just-announced Batgirls book, which I'm very excited for. That's an ongoing, so that will be my first DC ongoing I will purchase in 3 years, 2 years. But, hey, this I could not avoid. I am definitely... look, I'm a Gen X Batman fan. I was there during the summer of '89, so of course I'm going to buy this. I always wanted to see that branch of Batman's universes elaborated on. And this, of course, is written by Sam Hamm. I always call him Sam Hamm. Sam Hamm. And let's see, it is Joe Quintos doing the art, and Joe's work is gorgeous. Every page, every design is just blown away. I'm just like in awe. And, there's some pages here where, he does, like, right out of, like, Tim Burton's kind of, like, aesthetic. And then he's able to, like, marry that with a more grounded look in some of the scenes. Because Hamm's work branches off into directions that Tim Burton never ventured in. And it's kind of nice to see that here. Now, what's going on here is the focus on Two-Face, which is the character we never really got to see. I mean, yeah, Batman Forever, but played by a completely different actor, Tommy Lee Jones. This kind of fills in the promise of Billy D. Williams as Two-Face, and of course, it's the one story. It's ironic that Two-Face only has one story. It's his origin. And this is really interesting take on it, because Hamm isn't really just doing Two-Face origin, but Billy D. Williams. He's actually kind of investigating Harvey Dent's position that he's in, and he has one foot in the black community of Gotham, which is something we never got to see in the 90s films, and the police department. And he's trying to please both sides, and if he goes a little bit too far helping the other, he's accused of abandoning the other. And that's really interesting, and that's a nice, believable commentary on life and what goes on, and actually kind of fits into Harvey's world. I really like this. Now, I am to the point where, on the second issue, I don't believe this is the lost 90s film that we would have got. I don't believe Tim Burton can make a story like this. I actually do believe that Joel Schumacher would have gone there, but I think he probably would have been rather... he would go in with kind of blinders. Like, he'd do his best. So, Sam Hamm, of course, with retrospect and growing as an artist and growing as a writer, he's able to do this. But no, I don't believe this would have been. What would it be like? If Sam Hamm had his chance to do Billy D. Williams as Two-Face, I don't believe this would have been Batman Forever. If Michael Keaton would have stuck around. So it's interesting to see this kind of modern take on this branch of Batman. And of course, we have the gangs that are modeling themselves after Batman. Of course, yeah, that happens in like the Frank Miller comics and the Nolan movies, but it's interesting to see that happen here in the Tim Burton branch. And we get the debut of Robin, and he's referred to as Drake a couple of times, and he's working in a garage like the original plan was supposed to be. I absolutely love Robin's appearance. His outfit's really cool looking, the homemade look of it, but it also kind of like does kind of talk Robin. I really dig this a lot. I like what he's building with this character. It's too bad we never got to see it happen this way. And yeah, there's not much Batman, Bruce Wayne in this one. He sort of takes a backseat to the other characters, but to be honest, I kind of did miss him. This was really interesting. I'm going to give this one 5 out of 5 round chips. I thought it was pretty good. Alright, now let's go back to Spider-Woman, number 15, and that's by, let's see, Carla Pacheco, Pierre Perez, and God, I love this team. They have such a fun look. It's always action-packed, and we are going from the storyline where Jessica comes back to her brother because he's like said he was going to work on a cure related to her and his daughter, which is her niece, and her name is Rebecca. You know, and she finds out like there's been shenanigans going on. He's like hooked up with this woman Rose, who also has been taking it and is betraying everybody. So she's like taken over Michael. She almost kills off Jessica and Rebecca, but Rebecca is able to wake Jess up from this trance she was put in. She has more evidence, so she races back home just in time to save the babysitter, the nanny, and her baby in a brutal little fight. Oh my God, this was really good stuff. Carla's dialogue is just like top notch as always. Man, I just really dig her stuff. We also get a little backstory as we go into Rebecca's past and specifically her mom. It's nice to learn about that, and it's kind of like a sad end that her mom has. And then Pierre Perez's artwork is just wonderful. I dig this book. No, I don't know how many people are talking about this. You really should be you should not be sleeping on this book. This is a really good book. Month in, month out, I find this endlessly entertaining. 5 out of 5 round chips for me. And now we go back to the X-Men books, and this is Trial of Magneto 2, and this is from Leah Williams. And who's the artist on this one? I probably should have looked this up 2 seconds before. Lucas Warneck. And I haven't seen Warneck's art before, but it's really gorgeous. Let's see, the Avengers come to, I think, pick up Wanda's body and also do a little investigating and mourning and stuff like that. They come to Krakoa. They're allowed in. There's this neat little scene where Emma Frost disguises, using her psychic powers to disguise certain sensitive areas that they don't want the Avengers looking at. They make it look like she makes it look like a beach to them, and she's like lounging around with the creepy daughters. This scene, by the way, is one of my favorites, where she interacts with Captain America and Iron Man. It's just absolutely fun. I enjoy watching Emma hobnob with these characters. Meanwhile, we get more investigating and like trying to figure out what exactly happened. We're also like trying to kind of like dig into Magneto's mind, and he has these really cool abilities to avoid psychic manipulation, and not like a special power. It's just he's been involved with Professor X so long, he has just gotten good at it, which is really cool. But of course, all this stuff does not last, and we get a Magneto Avengers fight. And I don't want to really give away the final scene in this one. I'm going to actually leave that up to you to read. But it's quite a cliffhanger we're left with. And so far, I've been digging this a lot. Let's see, Leah Williams is really good. I've read a couple things she's written for Marvel in the last couple of years, like the Mary Jane miniseries. I really enjoyed, and I really dig her stuff. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 Ram chips. Worth picking up. It's kind of an important I guess it's an important X-Men book right now, so I guess you're reading it. But in case you haven't, it's worth checking out. All right. Hey, that's me for now, and you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. I'm on TikTok, and you can, of course, support the Real Manos channel and Manos Publishing at Patreon for just $1 a month. And don't forget, you can get Red Knight in print and digital. We just finished up a Kickstarter for Red Knight 6, and it will probably be another Kickstarter for, I don't have the exact scheduling yet, but it'll probably be after the new year for Red Knight 7. Anyway, I think that's it for now, so push the button, Lindsay.